So, what if you could get a mortgage just by having a conversation? It sounds kind of wild, right? Well, today we're going to dig into how one company is using AI, a lot like ChatGPT, to completely flip one of the most complicated financial hoops we all have to jump through. Let's just start with a question I think we've all screamed into a pillow at some point. I mean, we live in an age of one-click everything. So why on earth does getting a mortgage still feel like you're trying to solve a puzzle from the 1980s? It's a huge pain point, and honestly, it points to a much, much bigger problem in the whole industry. And that problem? We can call it the adoption hurdle. For decades, the mortgage industry has just been notoriously slow to change. A lot of lenders are basically stuck in the past, using these super complex, clunky systems that just create headaches for everybody. This really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you have the reality, these old, clunky systems with literally thousands of buttons that take months to learn. And then on the other side, you have the dream, something that's instant, intuitive, and simple. That massive gap is exactly what this new tech is trying to fix. So how do you actually bridge a gap that big? Well, Better.com is betting the farm on a pretty radical idea, using a simple chat interface as the new front door for the entire mortgage process. Okay, the core of this whole thing is something they call a conversational credit decision engine. I know, it's a mouthful, but the idea behind it is actually incredibly simple. They've taken their really powerful AI underwriting platform, it's called Tinman, and they've connected it to an interface that every single one of us already knows how to use, a chat box. So instead of clicking through endless menus, a loan officer can just talk to the system. You know, Better.com's CEO, Vishal Garg, he basically summed up the whole mission perfectly. It's all about replacing thousands of confusing buttons with one single, simple interface. All that crazy complexity just gets hidden behind a conversation. So, what does this actually look like in practice for a loan officer? It's seriously as easy as 1, 2, 3. You open a chat window, you just start typing in the borrower's info, conversationally, like you're messaging a coworker, and boom, you get almost instant feedback on whether they're eligible and which loan products are the best fit. That's it, the whole process. Now, this isn't just some cool idea on a slide deck. It's already having a huge, tangible impact. For the lenders who are trying this out, the results are pretty dramatic, and it all starts with the bottom line. Just look at this number, 30%. Early adopters like Neo Home Loans have seen a 30% drop in what it costs them to create a loan. In an industry where margins are razor thin, that's a massive saving. And not only that, but they also doubled their business. It's a total game changer. And get this, the speed of adoption is just incredible. The CEO shared this story about a demo call with a bank. It took just 22 minutes for the bank to go from seeing the platform for the very first time to saying, okay, how do we sign up? A sales cycle that used to take 3 to 6 months now happens in less time than it takes to watch an episode of a TV show. So this huge leap in technology isn't just making a process faster. It's actually creating an entirely new business model for Better.com, and maybe for the whole industry. They're moving from just being a lender to becoming a mortgage-as-a-service provider. The idea here is really clever. Now, other banks and lenders can plug into Better's powerful Tinman platform and use it as the engine for their own business. They get all the benefits of the AI, but they get to keep their own brand, and most importantly, they keep their relationship with their customer. Better.com just becomes the invisible tech partner in the background. And the opportunity here is just massive. There are about 6,000 banks in the US, and a ton of them got out of the mortgage business because it was just too complicated and expensive. Well, a platform like this could let them jump right back in, practically overnight, and that could dramatically expand the entire market. But okay, let's zoom out even further, because beyond the business model, there's an even deeper, more fundamental change happening. This tech is completely redefining what underwriting even is and where it lives inside a company. As a prop tech expert, Ravi Velampalli puts it, underwriting is no longer a rigid process that's locked away inside some system. Instead, it's becoming an intelligence layer that you can access from anywhere at any time. This is exactly what that shift looks like. The old way, everything was stuck in these separate, siloed systems, and making a decision was this long, drawn-out workflow. But in the new model, you have this real-time AI infrastructure. That underwriting brain can be tapped into from anywhere. A chat window, a mobile app, you name it. So what does all of this actually mean for us, the people who are just trying to buy a house? Well, it's pointing to a future where our biggest financial decisions might be managed by our own personal AI agent.
Just try to imagine this for a second. Your personal AI could fill out your mortgage application for you. It could keep an eye on your finances, watch the housing market, and then proactively ping you when you're in the perfect financial spot to buy a home. That whole stressful, complicated process just becomes a simple, ongoing conversation with an AI that's on your side.
And that really brings us to the final thought. This is so much bigger than just mortgages. It's a preview of how AI is about to become a really active partner in our most complex life decisions. So the question we're left with is, when your AI can buy you a house, what can it do?